Why things become complex? Many things in life are complex. Cities, economies, and the human body are all examples of complex systems. When we study these systems, we find that their behavior is not always easy to predict just by looking at the individual parts. Instead, the way they behave comes from how these parts interact with each other. It means that when things come together, they can create something bigger and more interesting than what each part can do on its own. In other words, the whole is greater than some of its parts. This is called emergence. Let's take ants as an example. Ants are small and simple creatures, but when they come together, they can do amazing things. They can build colonies, tunnels, and bridges, and they work together in different roles. And they do it all this without anyone telling them what to do. This is an example of emergent behavior. There are few reasons why complexity emerges. One reason is that things don't always happen in straight line. The relationship between cause and effect is non-linear. The interactions and feedback loops among components can amplify or dampen certain behaviors, leading to the emergence of new patterns. Another reason is that complex systems can organize themselves. They can create patterns or structures without external control. And finally, complexity can come from having different levels of organization. Simple things can come together to create more complex things, which can then create even more complex things. It is important to know that emergent properties don't break the rules of science. Instead, emergence shows us that even simple rules of interactions can lead to amazing and unexpected things. In 1970, a mathematician named John Horton Conway made a game called the Game of Life. It's a computer simulation that demonstrates emergent behavior. It is a zero player game that is played on a grid with cells that can either be alive or dead. Each cell follows a set of rules. If a dead cell has exactly 3 live neighbors, it becomes alive. If a live cell has 2 or 3 live neighbors, it stays alive. And if a live cell has fewer than 2 or more than 3 live neighbors, it dies. By following these simple rules, the game creates patterns and behaviors. Some patterns are stable, some oscillate, and some even generate new patterns that move across the grid. The game of life shows us that even with simple rules, complex and unexpected patterns can emerge. This is how emergence gives rise to complexity. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, then please consider subscribing to my channel.